I'm Robin Lundberg here with the front office's Jeremy Woo. Now, a lot of hype about this year's rookie class, but some of the top picks haven't performed, with Markelle Fultz barely seeing the court and Lonzo Ball still finding his way. But let's go over some of the rookies who have really exceeded in their roles. And let's start with one of Lonzo's teammates, Kyle KUZMA of the Lakers.
Absolutely. I mean, KUZMA is a guy who I think really benefited in the pre-draft process. You know, he came in out of Utah. His stats in college were, not as great as you would think, right? And now he shows up at the combine, goes off at the combine, shuts it down after one day. In the draft, I think the Lakers really zeroed in on him early in the draft process. Anytime you can find a guy in that range, and especially, who can play right away for a team that's rebuilding, I think is a huge plus. Kuzma's ceiling, I think we'll kind of see whether this is kind of what he is, what he can add to his game going forward, but I think he's in the right place, and he's able to play off some guys, in Lonzo and Brandon Ingram, who are going to really sort of be carrying the load.
Next up, let's go to maybe the most criticized pick in the draft, and that was Lauri Markkanen of the Chicago Bulls. He's kind of made a lot of people eat their words. Yeah,
I was critical of the trade. I think it was more the trade than the pick. For me, shooting, especially in big guys, translates. It's hard to block his shot. He's a legit 7 feet. He's a pretty good athlete, and I think you look around the league and you see these guys from overseas, who are not just, shooters anymore, but they're guys who, bang inside. I think there's a wide range of, foreign players who come in and produce.
Now, the front runner for Rookie of the Year all year has been Ben Simmons. Somebody else has emerged in that race. It might now be a two-man race because of Donovan Mitchell of the Utah Jazz.
Yeah, I don't know if I think Ben Simmons has it pretty wrapped up, but Mitchell's been in a great spot with Gordon Hayward gone. Rodney Hood has been hurt, so Mitchell's been able to come in and take a lot of shots. And I think that that's a big reason I think that his production has come so quick. And even Gobert has been hurt, and they've still sort of found ways to kind of cobble it together. But they really have sort of put together a strong, I think, consistent culture around the team.
Now let's head to the final guy on our list. Of course, a lot of talk from Danny Ainge heading into the draft where he thought they could get their top pick where they were picking, and they wound up getting a pretty darn good one in JAYSON Tatum. Do you think if he wasn't on the team he's on right now, he could be in the Rookie of the Year conversation?
I think it's possible, but it's interesting with Tatum because he's a guy who I think that if you put him on, say, like Sacramento, you'd see him taking a lot more shots. He probably would not be as efficient, and he wouldn't be getting these clean looks. Like, playing in Boston and being fit into a neat role, especially with Hayward out, as sort of a complementary guy to space the floor has been great. Now, I don't think anyone thought he'd be shooting, around 50% from three. But I think that it's just been one of those dream fits for him. And I think, I guess I believe Ainge when he was saying, that was his top guy.
There you have it, some of the rookies who are thriving this year, courtesy of the front office's Jeremy Woo.